American use of that phrase. So good evening, everyone. If you haven't already made it, let's get my OBS working, shall we? There we go. Yes, so first of all, Airdrop 7. Now, Carlene will probably explain this a little bit better. We have an explainer video coming as well from Katie. I think excellent work that she's done on these before. Airdrop 7, I think, is probably one of the more important ones that we've done in terms of what the actual item is. So the airdrop that you'll receive tomorrow will be able to be redeemed for a personalized Ledger Nano S hardware wallet. Now, it's the world's most popular hardware wallet. I'm reading this directly off their website. These will be personalized with some PCC little sprinkle of magic. But yes, everyone who has received one of these airdrops will be able to redeem. We'll have a look at how many they will actually be to redeem, as always. We want to make sure that we have everything in-house, make sure they're happy with everything, the packaging, the branding, all of that sort of stuff. So we will be announcing how many you will have to redeem. Obviously, for those of you who are new, 10 is going to be your hoodie cat, 5 is going to be your model. We've got 1 for your comic. Keyboards we're still working on in terms of those. The record, I believe, is 5. So we'll figure that out. But most importantly, yes, that will be airdrop number 7 that is revealed tomorrow. The artwork that Charlie's done is really fun. It's a nice little group shot, which is really cool. It's a really kind of cute little bit of art. Some of the characters that have popped up in previous airdrops and just in some of the other artwork that's on the website or in promo images and stuff. Unfortunately, not Chavez. Came a little too late. But yeah, so that's something that we're really excited about. And I think, as Carlini has said before previously, we want to make sure that anyone who has a hardware wallets isn't a cheat code for safe security forever. I've got a hardware wallet, you can't touch me. It isn't that. So obviously what we're going to do with it is bring you our explainer video, bring you some info you can get your teeth into of how to use it and how it makes you more secure. So that's something that's really important to us, because I think I've seen it in a couple of drops across projects in the space over the last few weeks. It's like, oh, hey, like we're doing this drop and it's going to be great and happy days. Oh, we also recommend that you save all your NFTs on a hardware wallet. And that's kind of like the end of it. They might say more in their Discord. I'm sure they do. I don't want to kind of be bad-mouthing anybody, especially on my own solo space. Good Lord. But we want to make sure that everyone who is redeeming one of these knows how to use it properly to keep themselves safe. Because that's the point. So that is Airdrop 7. Very, very exciting. Yeah. I think it's really, really cool. I think it's come at a good time as well. But yeah. Did we say wallet? Did I say wallet? Hey, I badmouth people, but I didn't actually name any names. That's the way to do it, kids. That's the classy way to go. So, yes. For those who are just joining us, Airdrop 7 is a PCC Ledger Nano S. We have packaging. We have, I think, laser etching on the actual Ledger bit itself. So yeah, it'll have a little bit of PCC glamour to it, which is very, very nice. So yeah, that is coming super soon. I don't want to give dates, but yeah, that is the big reveal of Airdrop 7. The artwork itself, drawn as always by Charlie, that will reveal tomorrow. Moving on. Just taking a little sip of beer. It's important. It's important to keep hydrated. We obviously got airdropped a heck of a lot of ApeCoin. What, a week ago? 2 weeks ago? Which the community voted to turn into everyone's favorite cryptocurrency, ETH, which we've used, I think, 9 of that ETH. I think it yielded us about 56 Ethereum total. We used 9 of that to mint more essence, which we were entitled to because the Kitty Vault holds 45 fuck render crystals. That got us 45 essence that was a free plus gas redemption. And it also allowed us to redeem a further 45 essence for, I believe, 0.2. Community, we did a flash vote on that because time was time was of the essence, guys. Thank you. So we had to make sure that we minted those, but also with the Kitty Vault being as it is, we had to make sure that the community was happy with that. So that was the quick votes. That was, should we sell this? Should we turn this ape into Ethereum? Answer was yes. Should we use that Ethereum to get some more essence? Yes, we should. So we now have 90 essence. I believe the floor on essence is like 0.72, and that allows us to get 90 fuck avatars, which will be very cool. So very excited for that. Now, that still leaves us, for those of you hot on the maths, that leaves us with 47 ETH to play with. Now, there was a bunch of suggestions in the Cigar Lounge. The Cigar Lounge is currently closed for new entries, but you can still upvote for your favorite. Compiled all of the entries today. I'm just scrolling through my spreadsheet that I sent to Carlini earlier. So what we're going to do, still kind of tweaking the way that this all works. But what we're going to do is get a kind of short proposal for each suggestion so that there's a little bit more meat on the bone. So something a little bit more that you can kind of be like, okay, cool, that's what we should be doing. So question one, well, the first one I'm looking at is from NFT Noob saying, donate it to me so I can buy another gold Purr. Probably not. Why are you downvoting me? I'm right. But something like, what's an actual thing? Proposing that we buy doodles. So rather than just doodles, like, hey, buy doodles, they're great. It's like, yes, they are, but here's why we think you should. Here's why they're good. Here's why it's going to be a great long-term hold for the Kitty Vault. Because the important thing to remember with the Kitty Vault is it's not, oh, hey, I think these are going to like whip up in the next couple of weeks, and then this will happen, and then we do this. It's like, once it's in the vault, it doesn't leave. Like all the spam that we got in the last week or so, which may or may not have been from Apple and Samsung. Seems unlikely. If it was, hey, great. All of that, hey, that stays in the vault. It's part of the story now. But the idea is that nothing that comes in ever goes out. So especially after, the reason for the vault is that it stays as it is. It is our gold standard. It is the reason that our project can't go to zero, is because it's backed up by all this other lovely stuff. So with voting, that'll then be what we'll do is we'll repost into the Cigar Lounge, clear it all. We'll repost into the Cigar Lounge all of these proposals with more to read up on each one, so we know. I think one of them is get a 1 of 1 gold Chavez. Also a good count, good call. all of this other sort of stuff. So we'll have them in there. Ambassadors will be able to up and downvote those to their heart's content for X amount of time. Once we've closed the Cigar Lounge, the top 5 proposals will then be put to the entire community. So the Cigar Lounge, just to cover that off, I know we've got quite a few new people from us, especially today, which is really fun. We'll get onto that in a second. To explain the Cigar Lounge, you have to be a PCC ambassador to get into the lounge, which means you have to have either a cat or a kitten as your profile picture in our Discord. Now, that's obviously manipulatable. Is that a word? You can cheat it a little bit by using Nitro. So you can be a cat in our Discord, and you can be, a Knights of Degen in their Discord. You can be a Pie in their Discord. All of this sort of stuff. So at the moment, that's how you get to be an ambassador. That means you get to propose what we spend community funds on and some other fun stuff that we've got coming down the line. Now, this isn't ready to go. This is for a while. This is just a little bit of alpha because I can do this now. I realize why it's fun rather than trying to stop people. Hoddle has been working on a better system to police the ambassadors and to give it some cross-platform clout as well, which is very exciting. Seeing as I've been Thanos snapping ambassadors away since we started minting, very exciting for me, and also I think a really cool way to kind of give the role a little bit more credence, give the role a little bit more clout, and also start to kind of realize that it is an ambassador role and you are being an ambassador for the project, bringing people in, exporting why we're good, all of that fun stuff. So voting will continue on. I think that's why we had the kind of the flash votes, quick ones to kind of like, right, well, we need to decide what we're going to do with this ape. Do we keep it? Do we sell it? What are we doing? Voted to sell it. It's now Ethereum. Right, we need to decide on that essence. Now we've got a little bit more time. I think was Doodles one of the ones that pranked Front Run recently. Just suddenly, I think it was because of their South by Southwest thing in Austin, which looked amazing, like their IRL fair thing. But yeah, very, very cool. So that is voting. It's time for another hydration break, kids. I usually do this when like somebody else is talking. I can usually just kind of like mention CryptoKitties, and Carlini will like give me like 10 minutes where I can relax a bit. But so I'm just gonna flat out say I'm stopping for a little sip. The beer is Heineken, which it's not great, but it was a hot day like a few days ago. And I got out of the car and I saw a guy with a 6-pack of Heineken. I was like, yes, great. But hey, it's doing the job, right? It's been a long day. Very quickly, before I get onto the main... Not the main bit. The main bit was Airdrop 7. What am I saying? Before my next kind of main topic, did see some fresh designs from our merch today, which was very bloody exciting. They look really, really cool. So really buzzed on the work that Jamie and Katie have been doing on those. Very, very cool. I can't wait for everyone to get their hands on it. So, yes, the next thing, as I've been saying as we've gone through this spaces, had quite a few new people join our Discord today and say hello and get involved in the community, which has been awesome. We've had loads of people for coming in and saying hello on Twitter as well, which has been really, really fun. Really exciting to see that. I think we've boosted like about 300 odd followers in the last week or so, which has been really cool to see. Just kind of thank you for joining us. Been really exciting to get new people involved and kind of hearing why one of the bigger reasons I think has been Carlini's little press tour before his voice exploded. I'm just going to find his NFT catcher and overpriced JPEGs appearances and pin them in the spaces. So yeah, that's been really cool. I know quite a few of you have already listened to the overpriced JPEGs one today. I haven't had a chance yet myself. But yeah, some really good stuff on here. I know Carlini was dropping some alpha towards the end of that as well, of where we're moving to next, what we're getting to next, and where PCC is going in the future. Stuff that I'm not going to talk about here because you can listen to it on the podcast. Come on. So yeah, so very, very fun there. An NFT catcher with, on the NFT catcher podcast, I believe last week as well, which again was a really good chat. I think obviously chatting some Purrs as well, which is really good. But also Carlini kind of like a little history lesson. I think Jen said towards the end of the podcast, this is like a little kind of NFT history lesson stuff, which is really fun. I think for everyone in the space who's probably newish, year, 18 months, 2 years, whatever. What are we, 2022? Good Lord. To kind of to hear those stories of how far it went back and what it was like back then and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, that was really fun to listen to. I actually listened to the NFT Catcher podcast on a run, which was a terrible idea because I was like, this is a really weird time to be listening to my boss talk about work. I'm trying to get some Zen time. So that is that one. I've just pinned the NFT Catcher one in the spaces, so you can go and view that. My goodness, he tweets a lot. Let's get... Did I retweet it earlier? Anyway, I will find it, or if someone could drop me the link, that would be really useful, so I can pin it into the space. So yes, so that was, I think, the source of quite a few people coming in, which has been really, really good to see. If you are new and you kind of want to know more about the project, I think you've probably already... I think you've already realized that we have a very friendly, lovely group of people. I think if you've even thought about buying a cat, the Shield's probably followed you on Twitter, sent you a Discord message and chatted to you. I think it's a really, really lovely community. I would say that I'm community manager, so I kind of like I have to say it's good because it has to be good because that's my job. But it's just lovely to kind of see new people coming in and everyone kind of chipping in and helping out and saying, yeah, this is great. This is lovely. I like this. I like this. Oh, cool. Do you want to get a cat or a kitten? Doesn't matter. Both great. Here's why one's great. Here's why the other's great. It's just really, really lovely to see. There's kind of not any of this, you should only buy this, or you should only buy this, or like, why don't you come in and sweep the floor? It's like there's none of kind of that, not negativity, but slightly aggressive tactics. So yeah, it's lovely to see. Really, really like it. Having said that, let's get to some questions. If we have any, let's go into the old inbox and see what we got. I've got a video about free Heineken, which I may or may not have seen. I will have to watch that later. I believe Carlini's answered this in the Discord, but just in case you're not in our Discord, and if you aren't, link in description. Come say hello. Tell them Papa sent you. So this is from Casablanca.pcc.eth. Great name. what are the dynamics for how the team gets paid back through the airdrop claims? Is it by way of burning those tokens and cashing those shares at the bank, or just holding the shares sort of in escrow? What's escrow again? Until needed. If someone could explain to me, like, escrow is when you buy a house, isn't it? Anyway, so Carlini's answer, Carlini8.pcc.eth, great name. The answer is the plan is that we never dump them. We put them inside other NFTs. So again, to those of you that are new, we've been airdropping NFTs every month since September. So September was the hoodie cat. October was the kitten basket, which was a mint pass for our kittens collection. November was our model cat, which will be able to be redeemed for a 3D printed model of your cat, IRL, like a real life printed model. I'm looking at a model of myself in a chair right now, which is very weird to look at because it's like, hey, that's me. But also really, really cool. It's kind of like smaller than a Funko Pop size. He's next to my little Bulbasaur. So he's probably, like, I don't know, like 6 inches tall, maybe less. Anyway, so that was what, November? December was our comic cat. So we're having a comic written about Poirot. So it's Poirot, but instead of Pois, it's Paw. Doing some detective work around the country club because there may or may not have been a murder. So that's come in as well, like a physical comic that you can be able to redeem. We've also had our record cat, our DJ Purrcast. So shout out to you, Cats Fanatic. Thank you for that name. That's really cool. We've been working with this amazing musician and NFT artist, Jay Stansfield, who was in our spaces a few weeks ago, literally writing a song about some of the cats in the community on the fly. So it's like, oh hey, I'm here in the spaces having a lovely time. Please write a song about, Captain Snuggles, about the show, about Nacho, about Purrcast.pcc.eth, great name, which was absolutely mind blowing. I need to put into the clubhouse actually the latest, I think the final, like the master of our first little theme tune, which I think is ready. So that's coming as well, but that will also be a physical vinyl. Airdrop 6, which was our fun little keyboard cat, so like the classic keyboard cat GIF, but we now have our own version, and that'll be redeemable for a keyboard. And then Airdrop 7, as I've announced tonight, will be redeemable for your very own Ledger Nano S. That'll be PCC branded, not personalized. I saw Newy1804 asking that earlier. So it'll be your own Ledger Nano S, but with a little Purr sparkle on it. But it'll be, PCC is the brand, not your particular cat. Maybe we can do that in the future. Who knows? Why don't I just make stuff done? Anyway, where did I get to? I didn't mention Airdrop 8, did I? I've got to be scared now. So that's all of our airdrops so far. Now, all of those contain in them the ability to redeem something else. So, as I said, as we went through, so hoodie, kitten, model, comic, record, keyboard, ledger, redacted. But you could also trade them in for a share of our Kitty Vault. So the idea that we want to do is put them inside. So if you redeem your physical, then you then give up your share of the Kitty Vault, which comes back to us, which we can then put into something else. Like tier 2, perhaps. Anyway. Did I actually give anything away? I'm so scared. Oh no. I can see why Carlini gives away alpha all the time. It's really hard to kind of stop yourself talking once you really get going. You need another hydration break. Good question from jt.pcc.eth. Great name. Any hints, style, vibes in relation to the merch? It seems like most of us thought a certain merch drop recently was quite awful. Curious what styles we've got coming. I'm very curious. You're doing my trick from earlier. Is you kind of like, hey, this sucks, but hey, I'm not going to mention who it is. So I appreciate that. So, any hint, stars, vibes? No, because I don't want to get in trouble, especially because it's not a project that I've been working on. This has been Jamie and Katie's baby, what they've been working on. I think very lovely is my answer, and some really nice colours. So yeah, I think it's going to be very, very cool. Just some nice vibes. I think it's like just very clean wear. Like you have kind of your basics, but a little bit of spice, and then like a very, very cool t-shirt as well. And maybe a little something else that I definitely won't talk about. Do we have any other questions? When healthcare for team? I don't know. Half the team is in the UK, so we get it through taxes, which is cool. If that answers the question. So how does the vendor get paid from our airdrops, I guess is my question. That is a good question. We do it, essentially. I've opened up the free healthcare can of worms. Yeah, with money. We pay with money. We pay with money. You pay with airdrops. Everyone happy, I think. But yeah. Dirty fiat money. Exactly. Does anyone have any other questions before I give away more stuff? Edge.pcc.eth. Any collabs coming that haven't been released yet? At least one, hopefully, that I know of. But yeah, no others that I know about. So one, and that should be fairly soon, all being well. Also, may or may not have something to do with a certain guest in the Discord the other day. This is so hard. Now I feel there's loads of people typing because they're like, hey, we can get him to say anything. You do know about it. Just don't read my emails. This has been really fun, guys. Thank you so much for basically listening to me ramble for 32 minutes. Just as I say that, more questions coming through. How many of the 6 tier 2s will be burned for other things? That is subject to change. We don't know. It basically it depends on once the keyboard design is finalized, once the vendor is finalized, once we're happy with all of that sort of stuff. Alamo's been working really hard on that and getting everything sorted for the keyboards, which is super exciting. So yes, that will all be revealed in time. Katie asks a very good question, which is when Ellie? Which I think we're all keen to know. When Ellie merch? Katie, you did the designs. Ellie merch whenever. Whenever you want. Yes, right. I'm going to wrap up before I give away too much. Thank you so much for everyone to come and listen to me ramble. I've really, really appreciated it. The big headline is Airdrop 7 is a Ledger Nano S. These will be redeemable for the airdrop that was sent to everyone's wallet if you held a Purr before the 23rd of March. 23rd of March, not good enough. Before the 23rd of March. If you missed out on those airdrops, you can pick them up on secondary. There is links. The link to our Kitty Vault perks is on our verified collection, so the links are all on there now, which is lovely. The amount will be confirmed shortly. And yeah, there's more voting coming, so if you would like to be a part of the voting on where we spend our 47 Ethereum war chest, then please become an ambassador in our Discord. So change your Discord profile picture to a cat or a kitten. Go to Ambassador Check-in, which is one of the channels. Hit the cat button. You're now an ambassador. You can now vote on the proposals in there. Go check out the NFT Catcher and Overpriced JPEGs podcasts that Carlini's been on if you're sick of my voice and you want to hear his. And we'll be back with another Spaces next week. We have game night tomorrow. I believe we're playing Call of Duty Warzone, which I know quite a few people are very excited about. I haven't played Call of Duty since, I think, Blops 2, so I'll be traditionally terrible at FPS. So if you would like to join us for that, event details are in our Discord. That will just be the lobby bar. Even if you don't want to play Call of Duty, but you just want to come and chat with some Purrs, then come do that, because I'll probably be dead for most of the time. So I'll chat to you about whatever you want to chat about. And I'm out of here. Thank you so much for listening, and I will speak